Fishin Affliction. Hello.
It's time to wet a line. It's Fishin Affliction time. For those who got it bad.
Well, mom and dad's grabbed the kids, it's time for the fishing show. Me and the big dog's gonna go catch them down at the fishing hole. Well, you better stick around, cause you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, me and the big dog's got that fishing affliction. Grab your hats, grab your baits, don't forget your poles. We're gonna fire up that old Ranger boat and head to the fishing hole. We're gonna try to catch a biggin', yeah, that's what we're wishing. Cause me and the big dog's got that fishing affliction. Yeah, me and the big dog's got that fishing affliction. Yeah. Yeah, and we've got it bad.
I've got that fishing affliction.
Hey, I'm Hot Depot, and I've got that fishing affliction.
Hi, I'm Denny Brower, and I've got that fishing affliction.
Hey, I'm Mark Menendez, and I've got that fishing affliction.
I'm Bobby Lane, and I got that fishing affliction. Hi, I'm Chris Lane, and I got that fishing affliction.
I'm Shaw Grigsby, and I got that fishing affliction.
Just like me. Here, fishy, fishy, here, fishy, fishy, here, fishy, fishy.
That is a sack full of big old fish. We're figuring a little over 20 pounds on our best 5.
Yeah, no doubt.
Boy, I tell you what, Tim, awesome, awesome. Well, folks, it's time to wet a line because it's Fishin' Affliction time, and welcome into today's episode, part 2 of Pitchin' in the Wind, fishing Kentucky Lake with Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford in the howling winds pushing 30 miles an hour and catching big old largemouths. Today's Fishin' Affliction product spotlight is on the best fishing lines you can spool up your reels with, and that's the lines made by Seagar. Be sure to check out all the cool Fishin' Affliction gear that's there at our online store, and if you can't get enough Fishin' Affliction TV, then be sure to subscribe to us there at our YouTube channels. And at the end of the show, you'll meet the Fishin' Affliction Facebook Friend of the Week. So sit back and enjoy part 2 as we're pitching in the wind on Kentucky Lake with Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford in the howling winds and catching big old largemouths right here on Fishin' Affliction TV. Get him, Brother Tim. Woo, head shaker. Well, folks, last week's episode saw myself and Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford pitching and flipping those Strike King soft plastics into the flooded timber on Kentucky Lake, catching big old largemouths right before those howling winds started. Man, how about that? How about that?
That's a good solid.
That good solid fish.
4 pounds.
Throwing that Okeechobee craw color. That's awesome, man. What is wrong with that?
What's wrong with it is I'm not fishing a tournament today.
Hey,
fun fishing.
Let's take a Facebook picture for Fishin' Affliction real quick. Let me get the camera. That's awesome. Hold on. All right, man. We've got a Facebook picture. We're going to put that tank in there to go see what our best 5 is going to be today.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's see what we come up with. So
Okeechobee color?
Okeechobee.
That's awesome.
Strike Kings.
Awesome, man. Beautiful
Money
fish.
in the bank.
We've been flipping for about a total of about maybe 5-6 minutes, and we've already had 2 fish and 3 bites.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome.
So
all right, brother.
He's still young.
You ain't kidding. That's awesome. Great fish. This could be a box fish, Tim. Oh, he's got some legs on. This could be the kind of fish that we're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Now we're talking.
Oh, my. Goodness gracious. How about that?
Another nice one.
How about that? You know, we decided to stay where we were because, man, there's no doubt you have a lot of history right in this spot. This has been a hot spot for you. And that's got to be in the high 5s, Tim. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
That's a beautiful fish. But the fish were feeding when we came in here this morning time. And it, you know, just made a couple casts and we were on fish right away. Okeechobee craw, Strike King rage craw. And these mustad hooks, I'm actually using a little bit smaller size. That's a 2/0 size. And of course that 20-pound Seagar Tatsu. Man, beautiful Kentucky Lake largemouth. Way inside, Tim. Way inside.
We're back in the game.
I'm gonna put this one on my side.
I was gonna say, don't be polluting my fish with yours. I think mine might even be bigger. Actually, I think it is bigger.
If my fish eats yours. Well, folks, as I mentioned on last week's show, not only is Tim Cranford an outstanding fisherman and student of the game, he's also slightly competitive, which makes for a whole bunch of fun that I can't resist. Cool. It's just eating at you, isn't it?
It is.
All right, are you saying that your fish is bigger than my fish?
I'm saying my fish just got me wet.
All right, let's see what you got, buddy. Well, my fish is going to be 1 pound bigger than that.
1 pound.
All 1 pound. I'm gonna say yours is 4.35.
4 pounds, 5 ounces.
Get that 6 pounder out of there, would you? Mine's gonna be 1.5 pounds bigger.
All right. It does look a little bigger than I remember.
Hey, be careful, he'll bite your finger off. He'll be 9 fingers. All
right.
High fives, maybe? I'm saying 16 ounces heavier.
I'm gonna say 5 pounds, 2 ounces.
What you got?
Oh, Tim has got you by an ounce.
That can't be right. Reset them scales. Are you kidding me? Is that right?
That's what it says. Hey, it's the same.
Did you zero them scales?
I zeroed them, yeah. That way you.
All right. I mean, if it is, did you get me by an ounce?
Yep.
No way. No way. Well,
here we go.
2 hogs. No, this is going the wrong direction. Don't tell us you got me by an ounce, or are we tied? Well, what do we got? I always like to take the high number.
4 or 5. I'll give you even.
What do you have?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. How about that? How about that for being tied, huh? All right, man. Let's see if we can catch another 3.
All right, Dan, what you got here?
You just said only the strong survive, brother. It's true. The wind is howling, and we're still at it. Kentucky Lake Keeper, Tim?
I believe it is. 35 mile an hour and all.
Man, it is howling. We're flipping Strike King baits, having a great time, and we ain't about to lose rods. Cool, brother. There it is up close. Nice fish.
Yeah, excellent.
We're just flipping and going. I mean, we're just dealing with the conditions. It's unbelievable white caps, maybe getting into that 2.5 to 3 foot swells at times. And the wind's just doing what it's doing. Kentucky Lake's famous for it. But hey.
It's famous for fish.
Hey, that's all right. We're still catching them. All right, folks, as you can see, the winds are starting to howl and the fish are still biting there on Kentucky Lake as Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford and I are pitching in the wind there in the wilds of Kentucky Lake. And in a moment, we'll be right back with some more fishing action. But speaking of in the wilds, let's go see some pictures from this week's
In the Wild.
Well, folks, Jason Jones is holding a sturgeon, a very prehistoric fish that's caught typically out west. And folks, a little closer to home, that's Little Kirsten Rainwater and a nice-sized catfish. And folks, this is Kendra Meeks of Altamont, Tennessee, holding a nice-sized largemouth. And folks, a moment in history when a fisherman is born. That's little Caleb Meeks pointing to the very first fish that he ever caught. Congratulations, Caleb. Folks, you can send your pictures to pics@fishandaffliction.com and be sure to upload them to our Facebook page, and maybe you'll see them right here on the big screen.
In the Wild. Your pictures in the wild.
At Strike King, it starts with the concept. Next, it's all about perfecting the prototype. Finally, it's about catching a dream.
This is a new prototype crankbait we're working on, Strike King. It's called a 10XD.
Strike King 10XD.
Wow! A 5 bass limit!
Perfection to 25 feet and beyond. Catch your dream.
Smyrna Ready Mix is an established company that handles business daily with integrity and professionalism. Whether you're a general contractor, professional builder, or a do-it-yourself homeowner, SRM has your concrete solutions. With several convenient locations in the Middle Tennessee area to serve you, the only call you need to make is to SRM, ready to serve you with integrity and professionalism.
As a vessel operator or owner, do you know what to do if you're involved in a boat accident?
You should immediately inform local law enforcement. If the accident occurs in Tennessee, file a report with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency if a disappearance or death occurs, injuries are beyond first aid treatment, if damage to the boat or other property exceeds $2,000, or if your boat is considered a complete loss.
To learn more about the emergency contact information for boating accidents, visit the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency website.
The Tournament Trail, for those who've got it bad. Brought to you by SRM, Smyrna Ready Mix, serving you with professionalism and integrity.
Well, folks, there's a lot of you that are fishing tournament trails out there, and there's a lot of you that want to follow the progress of those who are fishing those trails. And the best way to do it is right there at our Fishin' Affliction Facebook page. If you're fishing a trail or a tournament, feel free to post the results there at our Facebook page, and you can keep up with others like Slammin' Sam Lashley, The Machine Toby Lillard, Miss Laura Mae Cochran, and of course our very own Big Dog, while they're fishing the tournament trail. Our many thanks to Smyrna Ready Mix for sponsoring the tournament trail, and now back to Fishin' Affliction TV.
All right, Dan, what you got here?
You just said only the strong survive, brother. It's true. The wind is howling, and we're still at it. Kentucky Lake Keeper, Tim?
I believe it is. 35 mile an hour and all.
Man, it is howling. We're flipping Strike King baits, having a great time, and we ain't about to lose rods. Cool, brother. There it is up close. Nice fish.
Yeah, excellent.
We're just flipping and going. I mean, we're just dealing with the conditions. It's unbelievable white caps, maybe getting into that 2.5 to 3 foot swells at times. And the wind's just doing what it's doing. Kentucky Lake's famous for it. But hey.
It's famous for fish.
Hey, that's all right. We're still catching them.
Well, folks, right before I had landed this fish, Tim had caught the fish that really helped us to define the pattern that we needed to fish for the day and helped us to eliminate a bunch of water we didn't need to be fishing.
Man, is that awesome. Is that awesome? Man.
In the nick of time.
That is awesome, though. He's a keeper, isn't he?
Oh, sure he's a keeper, yeah.
Well, I would put him in there, and you can call later.
That's right, we can always do our 5 best. Yeah, it seems like everybody's fishing the backs of the creeks. We didn't get bit back there. Come out here to the main lake. We've had, what, 2 fish, and you lost another one. 10 minutes of fishing.
Man, he is in it, Tim. I'm going to have to take the rod.
I know. Hold on, watch this.
We're all good, bro. You good? Take your time. Hands and braid. He is wrapped in it. I can see him right there. You pretty good?
Yeah, good.
You see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
Oh, no. Howling wind. Strike King baits. Oh. Stay out there. You can find the line. This is gonna be a treat. You got the trolling motor?
Folks, do not try this at home. Only experienced people can attempt such a task.
Oh my goodness, I don't know where he's at. Did he get off? No.
Big Dan Farming going in deep.
What's that?
Hold on.
Oh, how about that?
For all that.
Woo! Oh, braided line. Cans and braid by Seagar, 60-pound test, mustad hooks. That's that new Onyx rod at 7-Eleven. And we still hung, and that's going in my side, brother. My side. That's a good fish. 9-4, Tim?
Yeah.
That's nice. I'll come help you in just a second.
Well, folks, I was so fired up after catching this fish that I was calling stuff by the wrong name, but there was absolutely no doubt that we were having a whole bunch of fun and catching fish there in the Howling Wind. But while we regroup, let me take just a second to tell you that Fishin' Affliction gear list that we were using to catch these fish. First, our Strike King soft plastics included the Rage Craw, the Rodent, the Game Hog, and the all-new Rage Twin Tail Menace Grub, all perfectly designed to come through that thick, heavy cover. Our ultra-sharp Mustad hooks included a bait keeper style hook designed to hold that soft plastic perfectly in place, cast after cast into that thick cover, and we also used a 3/0 worm hook. Whether we were throwing Seagar's Tatsu 20-pound fluorocarbon or Seagar's Kanzen 60-pound braid, both lines performed flawlessly, and their extreme sensitivity helped us to feel even the most subtle bite in these tough conditions. And folks, as you just saw on this last fish, if you don't have an Akuma C340X 7-Eleven heavy action rod in your hand, fishing for you is going to be tough in these kind of conditions. And when you pair that rod up with an Akuma Creo 7.3-to-1 high performance, high speed reel, well, you now have the perfect flipping and pitching stick for these tough conditions or any kind of conditions on Kentucky Lake or any lake for that matter. And top it off with a couple squirts of that Real Magic line conditioner, you'll be in for some smooth sailing in the Howling Winds and have a whole bunch of fun catching fish just like we are.
Good fish, Tim.
Yes.
How's that feel on that braid, buddy?
Finally got one.
Woo! Swing him, brother, swing him.
Get in the boat.
Swing him. You know where that's going?
It's going
your side.
My side of the box.
Is that cool or what, man? That is awesome. You know, finding these fish in stretches, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's awesome. The wind is howling.
2 keepers down the stretch, come back about 45 minutes later, same stretch, been here 5 minutes, bam.
All right.
Solid fish.
Your side, brother.
All right.
I like it, brother. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Game on.
Well, folks, it is game on as Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford and I are pitching in the Howling Winds there on Kentucky Lake, and in a moment we'll be right back with some more fishing action. But right now it's time to head upstairs to the kitchen to see what Miss Vicki Porter's got cooking this week.
In the Skillet with Chef Vicki Porter is brought to you by Cleep.com, turning your precious memories into video treasures.
Welcome to In the Skillet. I'm Vicki Porter, and a few weeks ago when I was up cooking with my mom, she gave me a zucchini out of her garden, and today I have a delicious recipe for you for baked zucchini. And now for the ingredients. You will need zucchini, butter, olive oil, oregano, Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. After melting your butter in the microwave, let's add in our olive oil and our oregano. Now let's add our zucchini and mix this together. Make sure it gets evenly coated. After coating your baking sheet with cooking spray, add your zucchini in a single layer. Now sprinkle on your Parmesan cheese, season with salt and pepper, and then bake this on 350 for about 35 minutes. After baking this zucchini for about 35 minutes, you're ready to sit down and enjoy. You can find this recipe at intheskillet.com, and be sure and click on the YouTube icon to see this recipe as well as all of my other delicious In the Skillets. I'm Vicki Porter. Tune in next time to see what's cooking in the skillet.
As fishermen, we're predators, and fish are the prey. In nature, the best fishermen have one thing in common, their eyes. How do you turn your eyes into the eye of a predator? It takes 11 layers of lens technology and a new lens color to make the human eye emulate the eye of a predator. Stop buying glasses for the classes. Make yourself an alpha predator.
I love fishing small lakes or ponds, and if you're lucky enough to have one like the one around me today, I know you probably want to keep it in the best possible shape you can. There's a way to do that. Do a little research. Go to tnwildlife.org and look up small lakes and ponds management. It's out there on that website, or you can call the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, one of the regional offices, and get a hard copy, a booklet form of how to manage your small lakes and ponds. Look, if you're going to have a pond like this or a lake like this, then you want to make sure the fish don't get stunted. You need to make sure how many fish you need to take out. A lot of fish, a lot of these ponds and lakes need fish taken out of them, so you can have you a good meal while keeping your ponds and lakes in good shape. There's some fish you shouldn't stock. Sometimes, like a crappie, crappies can be devastating to some of the smaller bodies of water because they reproduce so much and they cause a lot of stunning to take place, a lot of mouths in the water, not as much food to go around. Also, the way you fertilize, or sometimes the way that you aerate your lakes or ponds, can be so important to its health and to the health of the fish. You get 2 or 3 cloudy days this time of year when it's really hot outside, it can devastate. It can devastate the populations of fish in your pond or lake because they just run out of oxygen in the water and they suffocate. All kinds of good information in that booklet. Give TWA a call, and I'll see you next week right here, or maybe out here somewhere with Dan and Rusty on Fishin' Affliction.
On today's Fishin' Affliction product spotlight, I want to talk to you about the incredible fluorocarbon line selection that you have from Seaguar. From their red label to their abrasic to their Tatsu, you can't go wrong with any fluorocarbons made by Seaguar. Incredibly strong but extremely castable. Whenever you're using a fluorocarbon made by Seaguar, you're using it from the inventors of fluorocarbon. Check out their website, seaguar.com, and you'll see why that Seaguar is always the best. And now back to Fishin' Affliction. Welcome back to Fishin' Affliction TV, and this segment of the show is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Mercury Outboards, #1 on the water. Akuma, high-performance fishing gear. The ever-powerful and long-lasting Deca batteries. Seaguar, always the best. Mustad hooks, stays sharper longer. Onyx life jackets and rain gear, keeping you there. Freybill, trusted gear since 1938. Real Magic, the name says it all. Rugged electronic mounts provided by Ram Mounts. Wigwam Socks, the performance sock company. bbgmarine.com, and Tournament Wear. Look great, feel great, do great. Good fish, Tim.
Yes.
How's that feel on that braid, buddy?
Finally got one.
Woo! Swing him, brother, swing him.
Get the boat.
You know where that's going?
It's going
your side.
My side of the box.
Is that cool or what, man? That is awesome. You know, finding these fish in stretches, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's awesome. The wind is howling.
2 keepers down the stretch. Come back about 45 minutes later. Same stretch. Been here 5 minutes. Bam.
All right.
Solid fish.
Your side, brother.
All right.
I like it, brother. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Game on. Not as big as the last one.
Fun though, ain't it?
But a good one nonetheless. See what comes for us here. Yeah, little buddy.
That is a beautiful fish, Tim.
Right.
Oh my goodness gracious. High 3s at least, huh?
Yeah. He'll pack a male for sure.
Isn't that something? Smoking. Hey, that's your limit. Put it up in there. You've already caught the one that I think we put back already. That is awesome. Awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that one came out a little bit closer to the stuff.
Yeah, it was right up in the buckbrush, which is kind of funny because we hadn't caught one in the buckbrush in probably 3 hours. We got ourselves a live well of some meat up in there.
That is rolling, man.
Sweet.
Still got the rodent on your tricked out deal there. That's cool.
Got the rodent, got the Mustad keeper type hook. It's fantastic. 10 minutes back-to-back good fish, so.
Awesome. That's why you keep at it.
Yeah.
Keep at it.
Maybe,
awesome, man. Awesome, awesome.
Keep at it. That's the fish we needed right here to get our 20.
Get him, brother. Get him. Do it, Timmy T. Come on, brother. Get him. Oh, my gosh, Tim. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Put your hands on him.
Who's your daddy?
Put your hands on him, man.
Who is your daddy?
Woo! Man, we have been at it, brother. At it.
That is a well-deserved fish.
20, 25, maybe 30 miles an hour at times. It's rolling. Look at that fish. Man, that's awesome. All right, bro. Wow. String your weight time.
All right.
Congratulations. It is howling.
But you just got done saying we're the only ones out here?
Only ones. Haven't seen a boat in 2 hours. And we're putting 5-pounders in the boat. We got that Fishin' Affliction.
We do, brother. That is awesome.
Big D coming strong on the last cast of the day.
Come on. If you're gonna make one cast and get off Kentucky Lake, a high 3s, maybe 4 fish, maybe help your string of weight in another ½ pound to a pound, maybe. Man, maybe 21 to possibly 22 pounds of fish today, our best 5. Brother Tim Cranford, man, he has put it on us today.
Well, folks, after a great day of catching big old Kentucky Lake largemouths, it was time for the hero shot of the day.
That is a sack full of big old fish. Man, Kentucky Lake's been a challenge today. These are just 4 of the fish. Tim's caught a limit, and I think I've got 4 keepers. We're still gonna fish for a little bit, but look at these fish. We're figuring a little over 20 pounds on a best 5.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'll tell you what was interesting today, just the changes we had to make. We're gonna let these go real quick, and we still got a few more in the box to turn loose, but we're gonna talk about you know, how we caught these fish. Boy, I tell you what, Tim, awesome, awesome. Let's put these in the water. Big lesson for anybody today that is, how about that?
Showing off.
It's showing off. Not fishing what you normally would fish, not fishing necessarily where you wanted to, but making adjustments today. How important?
Huge. I mean, we fished some spots we thought we could catch them this morning, and we caught some. Bite went dead. We kind of run around for a little bit and tried some different patterns, different structure, different things you typically wouldn't fish, and man, that's where they were at. So if we'd stayed the same old course, we probably would have had maybe 2 or 3 small fish the rest of the day, but instead we caught 2 more 5-pounders. So
just making sure and making those adjustments on the fly, knowing when to throw at the right time.
That's right.
But then and fishing on instinct and fishing the conditions, and we were able to put 1 and 1 together. Every place you took us today absolutely has fish.
Sure.
Being able to figure out how to catch them, especially in these conditions.
Right.
Up to 30 miles an hour today.
30-mile-an-hour wind makes it a little difficult to flip. But,
and you know what? We ain't finished, are we?
We ain't finished. We got about an hour and a half left, so.
And we still got to turn a few loose, so we'll do that later. Cool, brother, cool.
Well, folks, what an absolutely great day I enjoyed fishing with Affliction Pro staffer Tim Cranford, an excellent fisherman, enthusiastic, knowledgeable, and folks, a true family man. As Tim spends a lot of time in that beautiful Ranger boat with his lovely wife Ashley and his son Braden, known to the many fans of Fishin' Affliction TV as Mr. Handsome, a young fishing machine. And folks, speaking of young kids who love to fish, on next week's show, the big dog spends time with a whole bunch of fishing kids on Percy Priest during the recent Percy Priest Kids Fishing Rodeo. And folks, these youngsters are a whole bunch of fun, and they're going to bring a lot of smiles and laughter to your television set on next week's episode of Fishin' Affliction TV. So be sure to tune in next week, and you'll see.
Ooh, that's good. You do got that Fishin' Affliction. That's good.
This week's Team Fishin' Affliction featured Facebook friend is
Justin Say.
And thanks for being our Facebook friend. For your chance to join in the fun and become an official Team Fishin' Affliction featured Facebook friend, simply like us on Facebook. And be sure to write a comment on our wall. As always, a big thank you to all of our national and local sponsors for providing us with the most advanced technology and highest quality products and services. Be sure to visit each of our partners online through the sponsor links page on our official website at fishingaffliction.com. And this is your old pal Matthew Gillen, the voice of Fishin' Affliction TV, hoping that you'll tune in next week, because there's no doubt that Dan and the big dog got it bad. They've got Fishin' Affliction for those who got it bad.
If we go anywhere, we're going to have an issue, ain't we? Brother Rush, you got anything you need to say?
No. Other than don't let your diesel mechanic unplug your boat.
Hey, wait, you want to say anything to your diesel mechanic right now?
He's a good fella.
He is a good fella.
He is a good fella.
So,
but when none of my dead pounders will come on right off the bat, and I can't get any power to my gas,
yeah,
and I'm thinking the worst, he left something unplugged,
And he sure did. What did he do, Russ?
He kicked the power switch.
Oh, just one little low switch. Would you like to? Hey, would you like to see if there's any air in your tire too while you're at it?
Shouldn't need any.
Oh man.